What is up, beautiful people? Welcome once again to Clothing. Welcome to another wonderful video. In this video, we're going to learn how to sew this beautiful dress from the top. We already have drafted the patterns we need in sewing up this dress, and we're just going to use those patterns, cut on our fabric, and then begin to sew this up. So if this is something you will be very much interested in, please do keep on watching. Do not forget to give me a huge thumbs up and subscribe if you are yet to. Okay, if you have any other questions, comments, contributions, leave it in the comment section below, and we'll see you at the end of this video. Thank you. All right, guys, welcome to the sewing part of this video. For this part of this video, we already have our upper bodies that has been manipulated and done right to measurement. We have drafted the upper bodies, the yoke part that will be attached to the two front pieces, and then the back piece and the yoke as well. So if you've not seen this video, please click the link up here to watch the video, or just search in the description box for that video. And here are the fabrics we're going to be using for this particular pattern. This chantel lace that we'll use for the yoke, and then the Ankara prints that we're going to be using for the main dress. Okay, let us get right to cutting it on fabric. All right, guys, so we've gone ahead to cut up every single piece and bit of our pattern. We cut up the back pieces. You're going to cut two Ankara pieces, the two lining piece, and then hairstay. I'm fusing hairstay, that's the interfacing, to every single part of the Ankara, both at the front and at the back. This is to make sure it gives it stability and makes your work looks very professional. So these are the pattern pieces we drafted for the upper bodies. We'll just go ahead to start joining it up. So we'll join along the two seams here, join along the seams here, join the lining separately. I'm going to show you how to do all of that when we get to the joining. Let me just show you all the cutting pieces. I went ahead to cut my sleeve too. I cut two pieces of my sleeve, both for the left and right arm in length, and finally the pencil part of the skirt. You can actually use your pencil skirt pattern to cut this, or the remaining piece of your bodice. The remaining part is what I used for this lower part of the dress. Okay, right now we have gotten to the stage of sewing these things up. Now let me show you how I'm going to go about it. Let me keep all of this out of the way. We're going to be starting with the front. I'll take it bit by bit. These patterns I'll just keep away, and then take this one, open up. You can see how deep and plunging the V is. So we open up the center front, take the side front here, and you start to pin along the side.
Bone got a couple cracks on it. Oh well, pretty boy on the retina. People showing tell something spicy in my drink. Do my dance like Channing Tag with a western. She make a boy act dumb. She know she hot, she know she pretty. She said for where, it's steaming so dizzy. I feel I feel petty. I feel gross, I feel messy. Oh my god, oh no no. Okay, I just be frontin', it's all a test. On God, I'm just tryna look my best. Team tainted, skin looking, appellation, head bristle, ay, and I probably get a bit on the saying this. No, 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 no. I just wanna be myself a little better. No, 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 no. I'm a pretty thing, I'ma show out and tell. Sometimes I feel like that. Can't get out of bed when I'm by myself. Blue devil coping man. Now I pick this game. Now he don't know how to act. Now he want like he the main.
All right, guys, so we have made these bodies to this stage, and you can see how pretty it looks. I just placed the chantil lace right on top of the upper bodies. Okay, so this is what we want to join now. We're going to be joining this part to the lace along where it's separated. Okay, so once the front is fully joined, we can go ahead to begin with the back. So for the back, we have the yoke and then the back pieces, which we're going to be attaching the yoke to. By the way, please make sure you press your seams open to ease everything out and to drastically reduce any kind of bulk you will be experiencing. Okay, so I want to attach the yoke to the back and then the yoke to the front. So let's quickly do that.
Bone got a couple cracks on it. Oh well, pick the boy on the retina. People show and tell. Something spicy in my drink. Do my dance like Channing Tag with a way I stare. She make a boy act dumb. She know she hot, she know she pretty. She said for wet. It's demons so dizzy. I feel petty. I feel gross, I feel messy. Oh my god, oh no, no. Okay, I just be frontin', it's all a jest. On God, I'm just tryna look my best. Teen tainted, skin looking, appellation, head bristle, ay, and I probably get a bit on the saying this. I know, no, 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 no.
All right, guys, so this is what we're having for the front, neatly sewn in the yoke and the upper bodies. That's the front upper bodies. The next thing we want to do is enclose the seam with the lining of the front upper bodies. So this is the lining of the front upper bodies. I use satin for the lining. Okay, and now what we're going to do is take the right side, this glistering side, and then just merge it to this, that's enclosing this yoke here. You're going to start from here and then just sew this into that plunging v neckline, sew it to enclose it. So once you get here, then you pivot and you continue to the other side, and then you get to this end and you close it up. So that's what we want to do now. I just want to close up this area we've sewn along the v with the lining. So at the end of the day, we would have something like this on the front. Don't join the sides yet, just enclose it, and then I'll come back with the next steps. All right, guys, we have successfully sewn up this. Okay, we have sewn the front and back together to give it one long attachment, and the lining has been enclosed, the seams closed up, even the area where the zipper will be attached has already been prepared. So this is what we're having right now. Every single thing is looking super good on the inside, and here's how it is. Okay, so at this stage what we're going to do is to work on the bottom part of this dress. You get your front pattern, this is my front pattern, and you get the back pattern. So what we're going to do now is to sew this like a skirt pattern.
Just wanna be myself a little better. Nah, 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 nah. I'm a pretty thing, I'ma show out and tell. Sometimes I feel like that.
So once we take this, then we attach this one to this side here So will be sewn here, and this one here, and the other one there. So we attach the two side pieces, side seam to side seam, sewing it with a 1 inch sewing allowance we have. For the bottom, we'll do the lining the same way, okay, and then we'll come back for the next step. All right, guys, so we've actually sewn up the zipper into our dress all the way to the very top this way, and we have the inside of our garment looking all beautiful. This is the exterior part of the garment, and of course you want to leave your area of slit to allow room for walking. So this is the interior. The inside of the garment is looking this way at this stage. Okay, this is how it's going to look. Next, you're going to get your lining piece, that's the bottom part of the lining, and then placing it this way. So getting the midpoint of the lining, just place, this is the right side of the lining, this is the wrong side. Place right sides on right side so you can sew round this waist. You sew around this waist, and then when you turn it this way, it actually covers up all the stitch lines and covers up the Ankara fabric, and then you just be seeing this lining right on the inside of the garment. So let's quickly do the cover up around the waistline.
Get out of bed when I'm by myself. Blue devil coping man. Now I picked this game. Now he don't know how to act. Now he want like he the main. Oh no, boy, now you don't change. The silence was found in the app. Ooh, I got a right to feel cute. Yeah, oh, girls be saying I glow. You got a right to be you. Hey, cameras, I do the most now. I ain't phenomenal.
All right, guys. So we have stitched up the um, bottom part of the lining to that waistline. You saw how I went ahead to just sew it in and then cover up the whole stitch there, and up onto this part you want to hide away this zip remnant, so that's why you have to then match it up and then sew it this way. Okay, after getting to the end of where your zip is, of course. Okay, after getting this, so now that we have successfully done the inside this way, we can then move on to putting in our sleeve in this dress. The dress is almost wrapping up. We'll just put in the sleeve and then the collar, and we will be good to go. So let's go ahead to put in the sleeve for this particular dress we are working on. So for the sleeve, I have cut up my sleeve here. Okay, you're gonna cut the sleeve for both the left and the right hand side, and then you want to, when you're cutting, do not put sewing allowance on the sleeve, because this chantil lace has a bit of stretch. It has stretch, not a bit. Except if the one you're using does not have stretch, then you can put in sewing allowance. So I'll just sew the two sides. Okay, matching right side to right side. So the side seam, and then just sew it into the armhole and come back to show you what we have finished or what we have created.
From a old life, I've been on top of my game. What you say, suck it, old time. Nah, 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 nah. I just wanna be myself a little better. Nah, 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 nah. I'm a pretty thing, I'm a show antenna. I could wish I was a toddler, wish I was a